Girls Gone Sports. Hey, Girls Gone Sports. Show me you reppin' your team with Santina and Jeanine. Hey, Girls Gone Sports. Hey, Girls Gone Sports. We steady getting it hype. Hey, I know that you gonna like. You know it's poppin'. If it's a game, you know that we watchin'. We gonna talk football or basketball. All sports, come get involved. Hey, Girls Gone Sports. Woo!
Welcome back to episode 33 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast. Girls Gone Sports. Oh, we made it to double three. 33. Hey, Santina.
Hi, Jeanine.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Episode 33.
Guys, 2 away from 35.
And then once we get to 35, 15 more from 50.
I mean, what do we do? Do we get a birthday cake? Do we have,
Yes.
I don't know. You tell us what we should do.
Do we hire a clown for the show?
A clown, Beppo, a DJ, get everybody on here.
What else? Like a glow party.
The strobe light, so we turn all these lights off.
Yes.
And then just like the disco ball light.
Or like what's the kind of light where it's like purple and like you can only see certain colors under it? It's like not a neon light, but it's like if you have like white nail polish on, it brights up and makes your teeth look funny.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Guys, comment below. Podcast brain.
Lava lamps.
I love it. Santina, let's start a planning committee for our 50th birthday.
Perfect. If you guys want to join, just follow us.
Perfect. And speaking of joining, Santina,
Yes.
if you are tuning in first time here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast, first of all, we would like to say thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you are liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports Podcast. Because why would you want to?
No reason for
There's no reason why.
No,
and also, if you were listening to Apple Podcasts or you on Spotify or Amazon or anywhere that you stream your podcast, thank you so much for tuning in for today. Now, Santina.
Yes.
We're talking today about a sport we have never talked about before on Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Yes. So today is Tuesday, November 19th, and this past Friday was the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight on Netflix. Very big event, very talked about. Now, I dabble. I like to watch like the boxing or the UFC. It's like different, you know? This one, now I heard a lot of opinions. It was scripted. They just didn't think it was real. Did you see any of it?
So first of all, they said that it was going to start at 8:00. They lied because I didn't know that they had like other people doing the boxing.
I think they're called like prelims. So in like a pay-per-view, you pay for the pay-per-view. Like there was one on Saturday for a UFC. That's like $80, right?
Okay.
A lot of people go to the bar and buy it. But there's like fights before that I believe are free to watch. And then once the pay-per-view starts, that's when you pay. But then there's like the prelims. So for the Jake Paul fight, there were, let me see. I think there were three fights before.
Yeah.
It was these two guys and these two girls and these two guys. And then the main fight, which was Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. So, and then the rules were a little different because in boxing, one of the rules when I was watching, it says there's like a 3 knockdown rule. So if you're fighting and you're punch your opponent and like they get knocked down to their knees after 3 times, like that's when they call the fight. But this one didn't have that. So if they could fall as many times as they want. It's just I think they only won by knockout. So you can, and all the rounds were different. Like one fight had like 6 rounds, one fight had 7 rounds, blah, blah, blah. But the fights leading up were good, but I thought my favorite one was the women's fight.
That's what I heard in the street. I heard that was the best fight.
It was like there was obviously sweat, tears. There was blood. This one girl had a huge, like, a huge cut on her eyebrow.
Ouch.
That you look at that and you're like, oh, she needs stitches.
Ouch.
I'd be like, I don't want to fight anymore.
No more, Mom. Where are you?
The other fights were good. There's this, I forgot all their names, okay? But there was this one guy who came out, and you would have loved his attire. I don't know if you saw it, black and pink.
For Girls Gone Sports?
Surprise, we sponsored it. It was really cute. I liked the little shorts he had on. But moving on to the main event. Okay.
Right.
Now, before the fight, when they did their final weigh-in, they go, and you know, like how they like pose next to each other?
Yeah, like the little...
Yeah. Well, then I heard that like Jake Paul stepped on Mike Tyson's foot. And then during that, I guess when he did that, Mike Tyson slaps Jake
I saw the video.
Paul.
I saw the video. Good for Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's just like there was so much. It looked like a play almost. Like you had like, okay, you're gonna be real dramatic right there, and then Jake Paul took the mic and was screaming to there.
Could they make it into a musical?
Honestly,
They go, hit me with your best shot.
with Mike Tyson in the background, and then so. When Jake Paul came out, he came out with Logan Paul. And now a lot of people were kind of making a joke out of it. Logan Paul was spraying this like random thing, like powder looking thing in the back every time Jake Paul would walk by. So Jake Paul came out in a car. Someone was driving it. Logan Paul was next to him, came out to this song. And then he got into the ring. Then Mike Tyson just came out by himself.
Same.
I was like, okay.
He's like, I don't need the theatrics. I don't need that.
No. Well, as many of us know, Jake Paul won. But it was really impressive because Jake Paul is 27 and Mike Tyson is 58 years old.
Gotta give the guy some credit.
Yeah, but he lasted all 8 rounds.
I feel like he could have knocked Jake Paul out whenever he wanted to, but because of like TV purposes, he held back.
Yeah, I would not get into the ring with Mike Tyson. This guy. So Jake Paul's record is 11-1, 11 wins, 1 loss. And then now Mike Tyson's now, in Jake Paul's defense, Mike Tyson has been boxing for way longer, but his record is 50 wins, 7 losses. 44 of those wins are by knockout.
So he's no joke.
Yeah. And then, okay, a side note, while I'm sitting there, I'm like to my family, you know, I just want to feel like what it would be to get knocked out one time. I just want to, they're like, Santina, why would you want to
Do they
feel
actually
that?
like pass out, or is it just like you get hit so hard you're like, I can't?
I think you literally go to sleep and then you go like this.
I'll take a quick nap, quick knockout.
But I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of want to see like you're awake fighting one moment and then the next you're asleep.
Hey, Mike, if you could just come back into the room over here. We're ready for you.
Before the main event was on and like the fight started, we were watching older videos of Mike Tyson. And now I don't know if you know this, but back in I think June of 1997, he was fighting Evander Holyfield. I forgot which title it was for. But during the fight, Jeanine, now I guess in boxing or in UFC, there's like this one move where they kind of hug each other.
Aww.
Now, I don't know if that's like one fighter just like resting or trying to like have the other opponent lose their momentum. I don't know what it's for. But while Holyfield and Tyson were hugging, Mike Tyson decided to bite Holyfield's ear.
Oh.
And now like there's just like a little chunk missing there.
Would have to go on Google later.
Yep.
Look at some pics.
But that's just one of the reasons why first of all, 44 knockouts, and then this guy bites someone's ear. No.
And you're telling me he could have beaten Jake Paul up?
I know. I mean, I guess he did have a bum knee. One of his knees was,
Aww.
yeah, so you could tell. He was a little wobbly, I mean, but he got punches in there. He lasted all 8
Good
rounds.
For him.
Yeah, I mean, then Jake Paul looked tired at the end, so I feel like Mike Tyson did something. Right?
You know, I feel I wanted Mike Tyson to win, but maybe they'll do a rematch. Does it work like that?
I don't think. Maybe he should retire.
Take a rest, babe.
Just take a nap. But that was boxing. I thought it was a fun. It was
very interesting.
Yeah, but I do have to say, no hate against Netflix. Maybe next time you host a fight, the glitching.
That's what I heard, that it was perfect all up until the Mike Tyson fight, and then it started glitching. Probably because so many people were tuning in, and the streaming service couldn't handle that much like crowd. Like talking about.
I feel like a lot of people thought maybe it was their Wi-Fi, but it's like, first of all, they really restricted all your access on there. You can't even share a Netflix account anymore.
I know.
I want to see it. What is it, in 4K?
Yeah.
I want to see it there.
4D. I want it in front of me.
I want to be there. But I thought it was like a fun, like little movie they had going on Friday night.
Really cool. Something interesting to add into everything that's happening on with sports right now.
Maybe we'll come up with a boxing event.
We'll host.
These
We'll
people-
host. First we'll do a chicken fight.
Aaron
then
Rodgers
we'll
will
do-
be there for sure.
It's the only thing he's going to. Only thing he's going to. Well, Santina.
Yes.
So now we're going to talk about basketball.
Yay.
Okay. So I think what's important for us to bring up is and to acknowledge is that right now the Cleveland Cavaliers are still, as of today, Tuesday, are still the only team right now in the NBA to be undefeated. Now,
Wow.
the NBA has only seen 3 teams begin a season 14-0, and now the Cavaliers are the 4th squad to start 15-0.
Really?
Yeah, or I think there's only been 3 teams to start a season 15-0,
Right.
and now, now they are the 4th team in all of NBA history to start 15-0. And
That's
Cleveland's
impressive.
15-game winning streak is the longest in their club franchise's year existence, the 55 years. So that's pretty amazing. Good for you, Cleveland Cavaliers. Even though I am a New York Knicks fan. I hold it very dear to my heart, but it is really cool seeing different teams setting records and just what are they doing differently. I know we talked about this last episode. What are they doing differently that they are able to keep up this momentum, that they are able to win all these games, and it comes down to new coaching. All these players are doing what they got to do to grind, and good job to the Cavaliers.
Good job, Cavaliers. I feel like that's hard to keep 15 games that you win because in basketball you can play 3 games in a row each night, right? Well, not in a row, but
Right, in a week-ish, yeah.
And I feel like that's hard.
Especially if you're going away,
I know.
and they're able to keep that momentum. It's pretty awesome, pretty cool. So we'll keep you guys continuously updated with everything that's going on with basketball. But Santina, we wanted to dedicate a very, I would say, juicy amount of this week's episode to football because each week is something different. Each week brings a different surprise, a different element. But this week, we got surprises. We got heartbreaks.
Yes.
We got losses.
We have joy.
Yes, and we need to talk about all of these amazing feelings.
Yes. Now, so we're going to start with getting the more difficult topics out of the way.
Yes.
Now,
my
Jeanine,
heartbreak.
I know you had to talk to Joe after this because we praised the man last week, okay? We did, and we will continue to. But Jeanine, I was upset. He lost. The team lost.
Guys, this is for the Bengals.
No hate to the Bengals.
No hate at all to Who Days. No hate at all to the Jungle. We love you guys. But Santina, so we were so confident, Joe Burrow, he's going to come back. And guys, the Bengals didn't win again. Okay.
Yes.
And I watched the post, the press conference, the post game press conference, and they were asking him what went wrong, all this stuff. And he was just giving short answers because he's tired of it.
Right.
And I don't blame him. And they interviewed Jamar Chase, what do you think about Evan McPherson? And we're about to touch on that now. Evan McPherson missing the kicks. And he's like, well, that's why they pay him the big bucks. I mean, honestly, if I'm him, I would be mad too. I'm doing my job. My quarterback's doing my job. And you can't even
Jamar Chase said that?
yes. And
I would quit as the kicker.
I'm like, guys, I'm not coming tomorrow. I'm not clocking in.
Wow. I mean, someone's going to have to say it. If the coach isn't going to say it, the players are.
Dare I say, fire somebody?
I
said it.
It seems to be the theme of this NFL
I said it.
season.
I know. You can tell when a team does well because I feel of the dynamic with the coach and the whole team. And there's just something that's not rubbing the right way that's going on with the Bengals. But you know what's so funny? So Evan McPherson, now he is the kicker for the Bengals. Usually when I see him playing in a Bengals game, Santina, I see him making kicks. He's doing a great job. He missed 2 field goals this past game, which would have given the Bengals the lead if he had made it.
Evan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bud.
Do we have a you're fired? You're fired sound. How about this?
I mean, 2 field goals that would have gotten the Bengals the lead. I mean,
You're kidding.
Again, Jamar Chase, I'm on your side, buddy. You're getting paid, or McPherson's getting paid the big bucks just to kick the ball.
And one, I could see. Okay, one, like it happens. You know, you get your foot off weird. Yeah. Two. What were we doing on Saturday? Were we at the club? Were we?
And you missed practice. I mean,
were you running around in Jumanji? I don't know. Like, what's going on?
Halloween candy.
But the fact that, like you said, that could have gave them the game, which is so sad, because if we're going to talk about like the players in general, Joe Burrow, this game passed for 356 yards and 3 touchdowns, with Jamar Chase 75 yards on 7 catches and 2 touchdowns.
I mean,
and the fact that Joe Burrow right now in the league has the highest passing yards and Jamar Chase has the highest receiving yards in the whole entire league. I'm not talking about the division. I'm not talking about AFC and NFC. I'm talking about the whole entire league. These two guys are leading them, and the Bengals can't even catch a win. I'm sorry, Bengals defense, wake up. Yeah. Wake up. In the jungle, the lion doesn't sleep tonight. The lion needs to wake up and go to work.
Where did that come from?
I know. I feel so bad for Joe Burrow, this guy who got the Lombardi trophy. That's for the college.
Yes.
And then what's the one what's like
the Heisman?
Yeah. He got a Lombardi trophy in college. And now the poor kid can't even win more than 5 games. Joe Burrow, we're on your side. Jamar Chase, we are on your side. Keep doing it. And Joe Burrow's doing better right now than Patrick Mahomes, yardage wise. So, and he's now winning.
Patty.
It's not on him. It's not on his receiver. So let's start going to that defense. Let's start making cuts. Give me the list. I'll start cutting it down like it's a wedding list. You're out.
We're ruthless this season.
I know.
I mean, we started off with like, everyone gets a chance. The NFL didn't care the first week. You're fired. The Bears had 12 people that they let go out of the 5th. What was it?
Oh, for the system, or it was like out of the last 15 seasons, this was like the 8th.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so fired up, Santina, but I feel so bad for Joe Burrow.
I mean, because before we were like, it's Joe making making mistakes. It's Jamar Chase making mistakes. It's the team. But I'm sorry, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are really proving themselves now.
Yes.
And I'm blaming the rest of the team and the coach.
It's like, I'm sorry, it's like it's like a team project. It's like them, they're the only two that are making the presentations on PowerPoint, writing everything up, and everyone else is just kind of chugging along.
But the Bengals, if you guys still with the rest want to be on our podcast.
Look, we'll do tiger makeup, we'll get the nails, we'll do it all.
Well, we can wish them the best. Right?
That's all we got to do. I know. I was so fired up at Joe Burrow. I love you, and we are rooting for you. I know that the Bengals are still in the hunt right now. Mm-hmm. They're in the hunt right now for playoffs, which is right before wild card.
Crossed.
So keep going through the jungle. Keep climbing, and you will see that.
The lion don't sleep tonight.
The lion doesn't sleep tonight. The lion needs to get up.
The lion is not napping. He is awake.
Yeah, the lion doesn't hit snooze and go to Egypt. Okay, the lion gets up and walks out of the jungle.
The lion doesn't miss a team meeting like Ezekiel.
He's like, decline on the Outlook.
I'm busy, so send response now.
I'm working late.
Oh my God. Well, good luck, Joe and Jamar. Keep breaking the records. We'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
Now, moving on to one of our other favorite quarterbacks.
My favorite quarterback.
Melody, I know you love this guy. Now moving on to Mr. Daniel Jones. No, we're not laughing at what we're about to say.
No,
it's Daniel Jones. So now, Dante, I'm sorry to say this. Now, Daniel. Right,
guys. Right.
Now, Daniel Jones is being benched and replaced by Tommy DeVito, aka Mr. Cutlets. Now,
okay, I love Cutlets. I love Mr. Cutlets.
You do. I feel like
it's just funny to me.
I just feel like you reference him, not like every other episode, but
a lot.
Yeah. Mr. Cutlets.
It's this random like Joe Schmo from the side of the street getting pulled into the Giants, and he actually doesn't do too bad. God. He doesn't do too bad. So Santina, before we kind of dive into Tommy DeVito and what he does for the team, let's talk a little bit about Daniel Jones's history with the Giants.
Yes. So So in the past 10 years, the Giants have compiled about two winning seasons, right? Now, when when Daniel Jones came along to the Giants in 2019, the year we graduated, after Eli Manning retired and was going to be benched, and with Jones being the starting,
So that's basically how Daniel Jones got his start into the Giants. I mean, Eli Manning was going to be benched, and then I don't know why they favored Daniel Jones. And
there's a pattern here.
It's the brunettes. I'm telling you, it's the brunettes. But the fact that in the past 10 years you've only been able to compile 2 winning seasons.
I mean, I'm really in no place to talk with my Jaguars, but
that's different. That's different.
I mean, the Giants, you got someone named Mr. Cutlets.
Yeah, Mr. Parmesan coming over here.
Mr. Sauce. Mr. Pasta. What do you even say?
But before before fans out there say, what? No, you got to leave Daniel Jones in, let him grow. Tommy DeVito doesn't know what he's doing. Tommy DeVito has won 4 games with the Giants. More than Daniel Jones has done all season. Oh. Now, Tommy Cutlets, that's what I call him. He only played for a portion of the season last year because of an injury from Daniel Jones. But the fact that he won more than half in one half of a season than Daniel Jones has done right now as the star quarterback with the millions of dollars contract and following the Eli Manning legacy. Bro, QB2 is calling for you next year.
We saw it with the 49ers. Brock Purdy stepped up.
We
love Purdy. But the backup quarterback winning more than the starting quarterback. We're not being mean. It's facts.
It's factual.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. You're presenting this in front of me. Like, Daniel Jones, listen, kid. Don't go out on the streets of New York by yourself. That's not a threat from me. I'm just letting you know for your safety. People from New York, people from Jersey are not happy. But you know what? I feel like, Santina, I can't tell if this is a smart move or not, because if the Giants kind of continue where they're going right now for the rest of the season, that means that they're going to have a better draft pick, which that means they could probably get a really good rookie quarterback next season. But if Tommy comes in, okay, we get the couple of wins, that lessens their spot for the playoffs. So it's both sides of the coin, really.
I mean, I think it's a little risky, but risky could be fun, also be good. Going off of your first round draft pick for the NFL draft, honestly, with the rate that we're going with the rest of the teams, who's gonna have the first round pick?
Everyone gets their own first pick.
I think everybody's gonna get the first pick besides the 2 teams going into the Super Bowl.
It's only fair.
I think it is. It's just gonna be one after the other. Okay, we're gonna start A to Z.
Right? A to Z. Number 539, 539.
I think it's a smart choice. I think the teams and the staff, the coaches, they just need to be a little more harsh.
I think so. And maybe for a coaching standpoint, he's like, okay, you know what? Let me win a couple more games. That way I don't look too terrible and I don't lose my job.
I mean, they're letting them go like crazy now.
And anything is possible in the NFL. Anything.
Yeah.
And Santina, speaking of quarterbacks, now, last season we had a couple of quarterbacks that got injured. And when I say a couple, I mean a lot. We had Joe Burrow. We had Daniel Jones. We had Kirk Cousins. We had Deshaun Watson. We had Anthony Richardson. And we also had Justin Herbert. All were injured at some point last season. And now with them back in this current season, we kind of want to take a look at the stats of where these teams are now, specifically with teams that had injured quarterbacks last year, Santina. So let's start off. Yes. Daniel Jones, Giants, 2-8.
Deshaun Watson, Browns, 2-8.
Aaron Rodgers. Thank you. Aaron Rodgers, 3-8.
All right. Joe Burrow, the Bengals, 4-7.
Clapping and not a mean way. Clapping that I want to support him.
We love Joe.
Love you, Joey B. Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson with the Colts, 5-6. Who now for the Colts? Anthony Richardson did such a good job that they are now starting him. Instead of Joe Flacco. So good job, Anthony Richardson. This past game, he completed 20 of his 30 passing attempts for a career high 272 yards, with accounted for 3 touchdowns. So good job, buddy. We're seeing some improvement here. Kirk Cousins on the Falcons, 6-5.
And then Justin Herbert with the Chargers, and that's 7-3.
So that's just kind of great, or at least greatest. Some quarterbacks, are able to kind of keep a pretty okay record. 7-3, 6-5 is not too bad. And then we have some right now that are just really trying to catch that train. Really trying to get back on track. So we will continue to keep you guys updated with that.
Now, if we could just bring him back out real fast.
Sure.
Now, this, if we're being honest, I'm a little speechless. Now, Mr. Rogers.
You want to talk to him?
No. You guys got rid of Salah, right? You haven't even won yet, right?
Since firing Salah, I think.
Maybe like one.
Maybe it was the one game. I think off the top of my head, everybody, I want to say they've won one game since firing Salah.
Enough to count on one hand.
If I'm incorrect, we're two girls who know something ish about sports, so it's fine.
At least we show up.
Yep. Wow. I'm at work every day.
But now, more news on the Jets. So, Jeanine, it has been brought to our attention that they got rid of their general manager.
So, you wouldn't believe it today. I got a notification saying that they got rid of their general manager. Honestly. I want to say it is their general manager. I don't think it's a coach. I think it's a general manager.
Well, we're just going to say they got rid of somebody.
Guys,
important.
again, I know you're probably saying, why don't you know? We're two girls who know something-ish about sports. Yeah. Imagine us trying to keep all this information about all these men wearing costumes.
And then all of them asking to be on the podcast. There's a lot going on.
Right, like Justin.
If you want to be an assistant,
I'll be a water girl. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Put some root beer.
But I mean... Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
I just feel like you guys got rid of Salah. You're like, oh, this is going to be such a good move. And not winning, couldn't even make touchdowns. And now you're getting rid of who we think is your general manager. It's so scary. If you guys could see how close it is. Let me turn it towards.
No. It's like a hot house, Jenny. Guys, tell me to open my eyes. Open them. I want everyone at home to look at him for us because we can't.
Yeah, but we just wanted to really add that in there. Not to hate on the Jets as like a team, but it's this guy, honestly.
So, Dorothy's lost. Somebody send him home.
All right, good night.
Good night. Anyway, let's bring up some good news.
Yes!
Can I say it, Santina?
Yes.
The Chiefs finally lost! And I want to say one more thing.
Yes.
The Chiefs lost to the Bills! Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Bills make me want to shout!
Shout. Guys, the Bills 9-2. Okay.
Guys, look at us both adjusting because we're so excited.
First time since 1992 and have the third best record right now in the league. I mean, this, as much as I, don't like the Bills, I have to find another team. Okay, I'm not going to leave the Jaguars, right?
Santina, welcome.
I can't. Everyone listened to our prayers last week, okay?
Amen.
That's all. I think everybody wanted the Bills to win.
I think I saw memes every team in America right now like cheering for the Bills now that the Chiefs lost.
Was Taylor at the game?
She was not.
It's probably for the Bills.
I think she only attends home games to the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium because they're able to control more of it.
Yeah.
But But yeah, I'm so happy about the Bills winning. People are saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter till like postseason and all this stuff. This is just a preseason game.
They beat
for
a
the
team
Chiefs.
that was undefeated.
Right. And can we just give the Bills credit without just shouting them down? I'm so happy for them. And a great moment in the game, Santina, when Josh Allen ran a 26-yard touchdown on 4 and 2.
know.
Now, fourth down, 2 inches to go till you get a first down again. You really don't think the quarterback is going to make this risky move. I think there was like some crazy low percentage. It was like 1% or something that he had of actually making this. But Josh Allen did what Josh Allen does in his own way. He ran it himself and we were able to get a touchdown. And also there was 2 interceptions that the Chief threw in order for us to win the game. And I'm so excited because at the very last minute of the game, you know, the Chiefs are trying to go down the field. They're trying to get some kind of point advantage with the Bills. There was a throw by Patrick Mahomes intended for Travis Kelce, but was intercepted by a Bills player, giving the Bills the ball back with the lead of 30-21. So I hope the Chiefs finally got a little bit of medicine that they like needed, and to prove that the Bills, we are that team, and we can do this. And go Buffalo! I love you guys.
Yes, I am so happy for you guys. I think this game gave him a big boost of confidence.
Yes,
Jeanine, I'm just saying, if they go to the Super Bowl, you for sure have to go.
If the Bills go to the Super Bowl, I'll put it on my credit card and worry about it later. We're going.
I mean, there's always pay monthly.
Right, fine. We could just go and get a parking lot pass and just sit in the parking lot and watch the game on the TV.
But I feel like I have to be in there.
You know what? Done. Let's go.
But I mean, I know like a lot of episodes ago we talked about the pricing so and if anybody wants to sponsor.
And Santina and I can't do nosebleeds. We get too nauseous being too high up.
I won't even be able to enjoy it. I need to be on the field.
So if
maybe that's when we apply to be maybe security.
Hot dog girl.
An usher there.
Sure. Do they do programs like they do for musicals?
Perfect. Well, congratulations to the Bills. I'm so happy that they won. And I'm really happy the Chiefs lost. Woo!
Me too. Woo!
Hopefully this continues, but you never know. And I'm sorry, Travis. I know he's my ex, but you've moved on. I've moved on.
I thought, did I see Josh Allen in your phone like earlier today? Was I not supposed to tell Girls Gone Sports audience?
Well, Haley's watching.
Oh, Haley, I'm sorry.
We'll get
no, it wasn't
later.
Josh. It was the Josh Allen that's on the Jaguars.
Cousin.
Oh, the cousin. It was some
Mr.
Josh
Cutlets.
I kind of like it. Santina and Tommy. Very too Italian.
Cutlets.
Santina Cutlets.
Yep.
Guys, if you want it to happen, drop a cutlet emoji.
Is there even a cutlet emoji?
We'll make one.
The chicken.
Well, speaking of chicken, speaking of animals, Santina, Packers and Bears.
Oh, please don't even. My poor father. Dad, I am so sorry.
This is bad.
Now, the Bears had the lead, right? Mm-hmm. They were winning. And then like they do in all the games, Packers just came back.
Them Packers came packing the last 3 minutes.
I mean, it's just the Packers. Caleb Williams, I'm sorry. He was sacked a lot during this game.
It was like 2 plays in a row he was sacked, right?
Yeah, and it's like you can't really blame him. It's like, what was your defense doing?
Amen. And also, if you're sacked 2 times in a row, you really only have 1 chance left, because even if you get to 4th down, if it's like 4 and 17, 4 and 19, or even if it's like 4 and you can't even kick, you really only have 1 chance left to be able to keep going.
Yes.
So at the last 3 minutes, the Packers...
3 seconds.
Oh, no, 3 minutes.
Last 3 minutes?
Last 3 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yep. The Packers got a touchdown, but they missed the 2-point conversion attempt. Then, like we said, Caleb Williams was sacked 2 times in a row. Then the Bears were able to bring the clock back down. Here's the 30-second points. Back to 3 seconds. Santina, they bring out the kicker for the Bears. What happened?
So, guys.
What happened, Santina?
3 seconds. Now, going back to McPherson, right, who missed, at least he missed, okay? Now, Bears, 3 seconds left. They bring out the kicker. The kick is blocked. And the Bears were probably like, oh my gosh, we got this as soon as we make it.
Yep.
Blocked. I mean, how much more heartache can they suffer?
I feel bad. I mean, the Bears were terrible last year. This year, at least, they're doing a little bit better.
It's just hard because they had the first round draft pick, and everybody was so excited for Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Again, it's just the team and him all working together. But that must suck to have your kick blocked.
Yeah, I probably feel really bad. But you know what? We'll get you guys next week. We'll come back. We'll come back stronger. We also had the division rivals, Steelers and Ravens, play a great game. Now, what's important about this is becoming a pattern. We had the kick blocked from the Bears game. We had McPherson miss the kick. Now we have Justin Tucker, who missed 2 kicks for the Ravens. Now, I feel like Justin Tucker is an amazing kicker, but the fact that he missed these past 2 when they needed them the most, the Steelers did not score any touchdowns. This is like the theme of this year, this season. No touchdown wins. They did not score any touchdowns, and now from that, they're also top in their division with 8-2 record.
It's a win-win, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, no touchdowns, but you still won. So isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like the rivalry between the Ravens and the Steelers have always been like crazy. But to me right now, it's not really like a rivalry because the Steelers have won the last 8 out of 10 games with the Ravens. So they're kind of showing them who's boss. I mean, yes, you have Lamar Jackson. You have this amazing offense that's just able to just push down the line, but when push comes to shove and you were playing the Steelers are really showing this year who's boss. And I love Pittsburgh, so go Pittsburgh.
Yes, go Pittsburgh. I think we're just going to see that for the remainder of the season, or that touchdowns being scored, kicks being blocked. And I feel like we're going to see the quarterbacks run the ball more, especially after Josh Allen. I feel like the quarterbacks will be like, you know what, I can go a little bit further than just sliding on the ground.
I'm really loving this season. It shows that it could be anybody's game. Yes, the Chiefs
except the Jaguars.
Yeah. Well, no, they're gonna come back. Remember, they're in the almost hunt. So they're almost in the hunt to the wild card.
Like the last episode, we're all about being humbled, right? This season, they're like, we'll take a step back.
I think they really just want to learn from people. They're kind of doing like a team on special assignment. Like they're just kind of learning through
like charity
mistakes.
this
season. Yeah, and that's what's so great about the season. Everyone has a chance, and you never know who's gonna win.
I just like how all the teams are making mistakes.
And speaking of mistakes, Titans were penalized. Santina 13 times.
Oh, 13.
Titans were penalized 13 times. And then how many did the Vikings have?
Only 3.
So some people were saying online, like, like it was a little bit of overkill, or I mean, if you do something wrong, you got to get the penalty. But 13?
Honestly, let the kids play.
Just let the kids play. Mason Rudolph, come on.
Wait, so now, I don't know this. Is there like a certain amount of penalties you can get in a game before? Like, do they ever call the game after a certain amount of penalties?
That's a really good question for our historians out there. I feel like I haven't seen that many yet.
Yeah.
But
because you know, like how in basketball, after a certain amount of fouls, the next foul, the player gets to make a free throw.
Yes.
Now, I think to spice it up in football, that after a certain amount of penalties, maybe 5 or... Okay, we'll do 10 because, you know, I feel like you can get more penalties in like football than any other game. I think they should let you get 1 field goal.
Ooh, interesting.
Like maybe after 7 penalties as a team, they bring out the kicker and they're like, oh, you get a field goal.
You know, sometimes that does happen because if a team gets a penalty and then the other team who the penalty was like, it happened to, they get to move up with yardage. And sometimes if they get that certain amount of yardage point, they can go ahead for that kick.
Or add an extra timeout.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Right?
Free lemonade.
Free ticket for us to the Super Bowl.
Only us.
Everything paid for us. But
Visa gift card.
I feel like 13 was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Did people ever say like it was paid? Like someone paid them?
Some people are saying the refs this year are really unfair and really need to like get reschooled. But
I mean,
the refs this year.
Speaking of reschooling.
Go ahead, Santina.
So we're going to talk about some losses, but they're not just a loss. They are like out of this world, right?
Yeah.
So my Jaguars played the Lions. Tell me why we lost 52-6. Like, isn't a touchdown 7? Like, so worth 7 points? Like,
And
That's so embarrassing.
Not to rain on your parade, but the Lions were the team with the highest points for Week 11.
They deserve it. We could have done better.
I want to say that right now you guys are really just doing your research and stepping back and letting other teams have the W.
But this is now, I don't want anybody to lose their job, but the Jaguars, get rid of the coach. Like, find somebody else, because clearly it's not. Why are you letting a team break a record?
I like want to put my hand on like the coach's hand and be like, it's time. It's time to go.
Hang up the headset.
Hang up the headset. And also the Falcons and the Broncos, 6-38. So you weren't alone.
Yeah, but we
Not
just,
alone.
I mean, why even have, don't even show us on TV.
Don't even come to the game.
Go play at a high
not
school
come.
stadium. Don't play at an NFL stadium.
And Santina,
Yes.
to wrap up the teams that we're going to talk about, Cowboys and Texans.
Now, guys.
Cowboys.
I mean, this is also a dramatic loss. They played the Monday night game yesterday, November 18th. Mm-hmm. Now, my poor Uncle Frank came over probably around 10:30 in the morning. My brother Joe had
He was tailgating.
literally over all day. Everyone's so excited for the Cowboys game. Ended up losing 34-10 to the Texans. Okay, now we already know Dak Prescott is out. And correction, they have Cooper Rush as the quarterback.
Will Greer, if you hear us, Will
Literally,
Greer.
after that game last night, I'm sorry, I just feel like the whole team looked discombobulated.
I agree.
It was like their first time. I know you guys are having a new quarterback brought into this, but you can't look that sloppy.
Like America's team, and you're looking like America's trash.
Wow. Joe, do not watch this
Guys, I'm
episode.
sorry. It's our job. It's our job to
Literally, give Will Greer a chance. We're really rooting.
I promise
for
you let him run the ball a couple times, he'll rock your world.
Yep.
Promise.
He will. But
you know what, Santina, let's end on a happy note.
Yes.
Beyonce is going to be performing at halftime on Christmas.
Really?
That was just released. The game on Christmas, remind me, is the Texans versus
And
the Ravens. So that's
Yes.
going to be fun. You know, Beyonce, she's a Texas girl. So that's going to be a fun thing to look forward to.
I hope she sings Love on Top. Mm-hmm. Single Ladies.
Yep.
What's the one?
This ain't Texas.
Oh,
Hello,
what's the
hold
one
on.
with her and Crazy in Love? That one?
Yeah,
Crazy. I like that one. That's exciting.
That's going to be fun for Christmas. What a special way to celebrate the holiday.
Yes, so exciting.
And Santina, speaking of teams, speaking of celebrating, next week, some games that we are looking forward to are, I'm excited to see the Browns and the Steelers. Again, this is another division rivalry for the Steelers. So if they really want to keep that streak up, especially in their division, they're just going to have to keep pumping through these games, keep winning. Who else are you excited to see?
I'm excited to see the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Another division game.
Giants and Buccaneers. I got to see Mr. Cutlets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him. I want to see what he has to offer.
Tommy, let's go, baby.
Jeanine, who else?
I'm excited also to see the Ravens and the Chargers and the Packers versus the 49ers. I feel like the 49ers, I know I love Brock Purdy. They're not doing the best as they should. And the Packers, they just came off a win, so maybe they're excited. And the Bills do have a bye week this upcoming week.
They need the rest.
Yeah, we need to rest, especially if we're going to play the 49ers. And I feel like the season is already, like the regular season's already starting.
I mean, the 49ers, you guys beat the Super Bowl champs. Why can't you beat the other team?
You know what, Santina, give me some love. Santina, thank you so much. I really needed that.
Of course. I mean, I can't root for mine anymore.
Remember, they're a team on special assignment. Remember? Yeah. Well, Santina, speaking of giving love.
Yes.
If you enjoyed today's episode here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast, make sure you are following us along on Instagram at Girls Gone Sports Pod. You can also find us on Facebook at Girls Gone Sports. We are also on TikTok, same Girls Gone Sports. Make sure you are watching on YouTube. You are subscribing to our channel, hitting that like button, and clicking that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Now, Santina, before we head out of here, we want to give one quick announcement to everyone. If you take a look at our shirts, if you like what we are wearing today,
Zoom in a tiny bit. Wait.
you can zoom in. Yeah, zoom in. This shirt is now and can be yours. This episode is dropping on Friday. So we have officially launched our merch line. We are starting off with t-shirts, Girls Gone Sports. It has some sports logos, has our colors. So if you are interested in repping Girls Gone Sports and supporting us here on this podcast, make sure you buy a t-shirt, share with your friends, and we're only going to have it open for 1 week. So if you want to have a piece of Girls Gone Sports merch, make sure you are getting it and rocking it out, and we appreciate the support.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, so we will see you next week for episode 34 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have